Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of The Amazing Race.
Woo, Mark and Michael lucked out last week when they arrived last, but it was a non-elimination leg.
Woo! Alright, so the teams have to travel from Bangkok, Thailand, 10,000 miles.
1,000 miles.
Oh, I thought this said 10,000.
No, 1,000.
To Guilen, China.
So yeah, then when they get there, they have to travel by taxi to this certain hair salon.
Yeah. And Tammy and Victor are Chinese, if you didn't know, so...
I never would have known that.
And she's been there before.
They only mentioned it about 1,000,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Margie and Luke were on the first flight. And they barely, made it on the first flight. But, you know, it's a connecting flight. So we'll see what happens.
Second flight, Tammy and Victor. Did you know they're Chinese?
I knew that.
And Jamie and Cara.
Third flight, Keisha and Jen.
And the last flight, Mark and Michael.
Because they're pretty far behind.
Yeah.
So, oh my, Margie and Luke's connecting flight was delayed.
So Keisha and Jen ended up arriving first at Guilen.
Alright, so they have to travel to the number 24 bridge on the Lee River. Nothing was happening at the hair salon.
There was a total smackdown at the clue box, though.
Luke and Jen totally missed the clue box, and then all of a sudden they both realized where it was, and they made a beeline for it, and collided.
And they're both like, you pushed me, blah, blah, blah.
Bitch!
Okay, to me, it looked like Jen, maybe tapped him from behind.
But he totally stuck his butt out.
But then he was like, butt out, elbow out.
Yeah. He was totally preventing her. Not cool. And you don't get a pass. Sorry. It's a roadblock. You have to take a raft and go cormorant fishing with this cormorant bird.
Which is when you send out a bird to fish for you and bring it back.
So you got to teach this bird how to retrieve your fish, and you got to get him to retrieve 10 fish, and then it's like, ooh, you learned how to retrieve fish because you got 10. They
probably already knew.
Probably.
It seemed like they were already pretty much trained.
Right. There was another clue box battle at this point between Luke and Jen, and it's getting more heated this time. This time, she got to the clue box first, and he, pushed her in it.
He, bulldozed her down.
Yeah. He, body slammed her into the clue box. And they totally turned it around later, and they were like, yeah, she pushed him.
She was in front of him!
I know. How could she push him? So, the speed bump, Mark and Michael finally arrived at it at the hair salon. They
had to wash and dry two ladies' hair.
Yeah, they sucked at doing this.
They were
they were
and
really
it was whoa.
Rough. I know. Why don't you just rip all their hair out?
If I was them, I would turn around and be like, what the hell?
Where was the water? They put this shampoo that foamed up on What the hell kind of shit?
There wasn't even a bucket.
I don't think they rinsed. I don't know.
Hose.
So, next clue. Make your way to Ancient South Gate.
Alright.
Alright, just a little side note. Tammy's birds flew away. They are so disobedient.
No, he didn't say it like that. He was like, they were so disobedient. Oh, Victor.
I'm at the love-hate
I'm moving on to the love side now.
Okay. So it's a detour. Two ways of artistic expression.
They could either pick choreography or calligraphy.
I know which one you'd pick. Alright, so in choreography, you have to join the locals and learn their dance. And then
perform it and be judged by judges.
By a panel of judges who were like,
No. And in calligraphy, there were 4 different calligraphy stations, and you had to obviously complete them.
Yeah, you got to
copy the Chinese characters that they had at each station.
Those are pretty hard to do because, one little stroke the wrong way, and it could mean something.
All right, don't overdo it.
All right, sorry, I'm hooked on it now. All right, so everyone chose calligraphy except Jamie and Cara and Mark and Michael.
Yeah. And Tammy and Victor were worried because they didn't pay attention in Chinese school.
But they still speak it. They kept telling the guy, oh, you must pass us, otherwise our parents will cry themselves to death.
Oh. All right, back to the challenge with the birds and the fish, why was Mark, like, laying there under a blanket?
That was crazy.
So
he was
funny.
just, like, up
It was
to
just,
his
like,
neck.
so random.
It was. And it was this little babby blue blanket. It was just crazy.
It's funny.
Jamie and Cara. Rude Americans show up again. They were just told they couldn't do the dance at first.
And they were all, like, bruised ego because they were cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So they were like, what are we doing wrong? Do you speak English?
Do any of you speak any English?
She doesn't have to because she's in China.
They all speak English anyway. I'm pretty sure. No. But, yeah, they do.
No.
Alright, so they didn't speak English. But you know what? Don't be the ugly Americans. Don't be all rude. And besides, don't you know what cheerleaders are? Retarded dancers. I'm sorry. I just heard it in a movie. Alright, so, after they're all done, they need to travel by foot to Banyan Lake, which is the next pit stop in this race around the world.
So the first team to arrive. Actually, like all three of the top three.
Within seconds of each other. Nanoseconds.
So the first team was Keisha and Jen, and they won a trip to Barbados.
Yay! Say hi to Riri. Alright, so Tammy and Victor came in second by, like, a feather.
Yeah. And third place was Margie and Luke.
There was a huge blowout at the pit stop.
Because Phil was like, oh, I hear it's getting really intense now.
Yeah, and Margie was like, Luke, shut up. And
Yeah,
Luke
she's
was
like,
like,
"Don't say anything
no,
to her."
I'm angry.
Yeah, so then he was like signing and stuff and like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then Margie was freaking out because it looked like Keisha was laughing at Luke signing. I did
Which
see her
was
laughing.
totally, yeah.
But I don't think she was laughing at him signing.
I think it was like a stress, like,
like a, whoa, he's angry, like a nervous laugh.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
Thing.
And she totally lost it and was like, you should understand.
You're black.
Because you're
you
black.
Should know.
Excuse me, what does being black and deaf have to do with each other?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It was crazy, though.
It was crazy. And I was just like, I can't take it.
I know.
I wish I wasn't here right now.
Yeah, Tammy and Victor were just like...
Yeah. They were like, we're just Chinese. We're sorry. All right.
We're from China.
We're
Okay.
not from China. But we pretend we're from China. Jamie and Cara came in fourth. And yes, finally, Mark and Michael, the cheaters, came in fifth. And they were finally eliminated.
With all the drama of the episode, though, I just, like, totally forgot they were even there.
I know.
They were, like, barely shown.
They were so far behind.
Anyway.
But, you know, when they did that dance with the locals, they were pretty proud of it. You know? They really were.
And, of course, in their goodbye montage, they showed the tranny with the fingers,
With the fingers
up
on his shoulders.
You didn't see that last week?
I was
pointed it
writing.
out to you.
I was writing. I blocked it. Next week, painful foot massage. This is like my nightmare. I don't want anybody touching my feet. Just like a dog trying to get his nails clipped. Don't touch my feet.
And Jen freaks out because there's, like, a water task.
Swimming thing. She does not
Something like that.
like to swim because she's probably not good at it. Till next
That makes
week.
sense.
Much love.